It goes through a second time?
Yes, second one is more challenging.
So that's 16. And okay.
Yeah. Put it all over here. Let's just cut this off right about there. Right that much left on it. Yeah. All right. And I need the brown accent forceps. Okay. Well, after 12 years, I know every mistake you're going to make before you make it, and you will make them. So I'll go through it first with how to do it correctly. When you grab onto your needle, grab onto it right at the mid portion of the curvature, tip of the needle holder perpendicular to the needle holder. So this would be incorrect, this is incorrect, this is incorrect. That's correct. Okay? When you hold your thumb forceps, you hold them like chopsticks. Everybody wants to hold them like this, but that's incorrect. Like chopsticks. Okay? We're going to come here, we're going to pick up the skin, we're going to go back about 5 millimeters from the edge, punch through. Come over here, pick up this, try and come out about 5 millimeters from the edge, punch through. Okay? Sometimes it hangs up right there where you've got your knotted material. So if it's hanging up there, what you need to do, if you just grab the needle here and keep pulling, you'll bend the needle. So you slide down the shank of the needle all the way to the skin. Don't pinch the skin, but get close to it, and then give it a sharp pull, and it will come through. Okay. You hold your suture material like that, it forms a V-shaped trough. Right? When you wrap the suture material around the needle holder, you always stay on the inside of the V. Then you will get a square knot. If you come out to the outside of the V and wrap it, you end up with a granny knot, which is not secure. So always stay on the inside of the V. We've got a little bit of tension on this incision site here, so I'm going to put the first stitch. I'm going to do what's called a surgeon's knot. And every time you wrap around a needle holder, that's called a tuck. Okay, so I'm going to put 2 tucks around the needle holder. 1, 2. Grab the very tip of the suture material, not way down here, right to the very tip. Pull it through. That's our first throw. As we pull that down, it's going to pull those skin edges until they're just touching. And a big mistake that people do is put these stitches in too tight, because what is snug today, by tomorrow that skin is going to be twice as thick as it is today, just from swelling. So what is snug today becomes constricting and gangrenous tomorrow. So just enough to pull the edges of the skin into apposition. We're going to go another tiny amount. Okay? Okay. All right, so that's our first throw. Now for our second throw, we go to inside of the V and we only do 1 tuck. Okay. And the suture material, there's our second throw. If you cinch that second throw down too much, you can end up tightening the first throw and you're right back to putting in a stitch that's too tight. So the amount of tension to put on this is just until that little eye between the stitches closes. And you'll not only see it disappear, but you feel a little give when that finally closes, okay? No more tension than that. This type of suture material requires 5 throws, minimum of 5 throws to be secure. Get a little blood there.
So you did 2 the first time and 1 the next time? For a surgeon's knot, yes. Most of our knots don't have to be surgeon's knots, they be square knots, but that was a surgeon's knot. Okay. So now 1 tuck. There's our third throw. This one can and should be snug. 1 tuck. There's our 4th throw, snug. 1 tuck. 5th throw, snug. Somebody's got to take these stitches out. You cut them too close, they'll have a hard time. So you want to go about a centimeter from the knot. Here. Or further than that. Further than that. Okay, right about there. Okay? Now somebody can get those out. Here, we've got
5 millimeters from the edge, punch through. Same thing over here. Hang it up, so I'll slide down the shank of the needle, get a sharp point when it comes. We don't have much tension on the skin here, so I'm just going to put in a simple square knot. They're always preferable to a surgeon's knot. And that's just one tuck around the needle hole of the first throw. Bring those edges together. Second throw. Just close the little eyelet between the two throws. Third throw, snug. Fourth throw, snug. Fifth throw, snug. Cut. Okay, put one more in and then we can fill in the gaps.
To do a surgeon's knot, or just a
You may need one there because we've got a little bit of gaping. There you won't need a surgeon's knot.
Okay.
Simple square knot's always preferable to a surgeon's knot. You don't use a surgeon's knot when you've got tension pulling the edges of the skin apart. Now I lost count, but it doesn't matter if there's 6 or 7 throws on this. It's just as long as there's a minimum of 5. So you can't have too many, but you can have not enough. Yep. All right. If you're right-handed, you'll have a better time on this side of the table.
Okay.
So we'll trade positions.
Are you really going to videotape me?
Mm-hmm.
Now, will they tell you how to hold this? Yep. We're going to want to put about 2 in here, so try and go equidistance, okay, so you can have room for 2.
Like this way more. Is that far enough down?
Yeah, probably. Sharp pull. Okay, you can set those down. Let's pull this through some more. Let's do this a little more. Okay, now set this down. Put that over here. Now you can concentrate on, well, you're going to wrap that.
Can you just go once since we're doing?
Yeah, let's just do once. We'll see if it holds. Go right to the end of the suture, not midpoint. This hand's going to come toward me. That's going to go toward you. There's your first throw. Now, make sure you get it right. Now, that looks a little snug. If you're unsure, what you do is you take a pair of mosquito hemostats, and you should be able to get between the stitch and the skin. Okay, now loosen it up. Now don't pull on this. Keep everything loose until you're going to tighten your knot. Go right to the end.